righty. Well, greetings and welcome to our daily Devo for Tuesday, the 12th of September today. Our devotion this morning is entitled, Jesus Sent Out the 12. Jesus sent out the 12. There are passages in Matthew, Mark, and Luke that covers this. And again, those will be listed for you as when we put it up online. The verses quoted today are from Matthew chapter 9, verses 36 and 37. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And that's part of Jesus's work with the disciples, to equip them and to inform them and give them confidence to do what they needed to do, or what they would be asked to do, as being fishers of men, as we know from another passage. Our author says the assignment was urgent and the 12 were uncertain. This precipitated a long sermon in which Jesus addressed the questions that threatened to delay the disciples from taking immediate action. Jesus saw it and felt it every day. The people among whom he walked were beset by personal problems and grave misunderstanding. He wanted to reach more people, and that meant sending out the 12. They were still students, but he needed them to step up and become teachers for a time on this multi-day assignment. That is when the questions came. Matthew's gospel does not preserve those questions, but it does preserve the answers Jesus gave in this extended discourse. When should we start? Now? Not a question. The first part was a question. When should we start? Now. Their mission is linked to the image of the grain harvest. Once ripe, the wheat and barley needed to be gathered quickly to prevent theft or loss to wildlife or rot. Time was so short that the 12 were not to do any of the things you might think of doing before departing on a multi-day mission, like bringing along precious metals to purchase supplies or packing extra clothing, making sure all your liquids are 3 ounces or less. The time to start was right now. Right now. Where should we go? Go to the people whom you know best, living in the place you know best, Galilee. The time would come when Jesus broadened the geographical scope of their mission, but for now, the focus was on the lost sheep of Galilee. Matthew 10:6, the lost sheep of Israel in Galilee. What should we say or do? Stick to the basics. Jesus had recently given the 12 advanced instructions in what is called the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapters 5 through 7. We've talked about that before. For this reason, their focus was to be on the basics. Announce the arrival of Jesus the Messiah and the coming of God's kingdom. To give their message credibility, Jesus provided special power, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons, Matthew 10:8. What if people respond negatively? Expect it. They were going out like sheep among wolves. As Jesus was rejected, they too would be rejected, even by members of their own family. Sometimes the rejection would be accompanied by violence. What about our misgivings? Focus on your Father's care. If that care extends to the sparrows sold in the marketplace, be assured it extends to you. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Matthew 10, 31. That's a great picture. That's an I hope anyway that's an encouraging devotion for you this morning. They asked all the same questions that we would have asked, right? So when do we get started? The answer is right now. This, again, the imagery of the grain harvest, that's urgent. You can't let it just sit there in a field. It's prone to too much bad stuff happening to it. Where should we go? Go to the people you know best. Go to the people you know best. Neighbors, family, co-workers, whoever. Go to the people you know best, living in the place you know best. So you're already comfortable there. It's not like right away he wants to send you to the ends of the earth. He wants you to get acclimated. What should we say or do? Oh, please stick to the basics. Don't get all deep and ethereal with theology and things that people won't understand or won't be able to identify with. Stick with the basics. What if people respond negatively? There's no what if about it. Some people are going to respond negatively. Just expect it. They've responded negatively to me, Jesus could tell them, and they'd seen it. So don't expect it to be any different for you. And I think that's important. I think that's the thing that keeps many Christians from sharing their faith with someone else. They're afraid that there might be a negative response. Well, there's going to be. Not every time. Hopefully not every time. Hopefully the tuning together will go. And so just expect it. Be prepared for it. It's like a soldier going to war. Just expect they're going to get shot at and be prepared for it. Be prepared for it. And what about our misgivings? What about the worries and fears and concerns we have about going out on this multi-day trip? Jesus, just focus on your Father's care. I've told you, he cares for you. He cares about you. He's with you. I'm with you. He'll tell them before he leaves in that great commission, all authority on heaven and earth has been given to me. Go make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I am with you always, right up to the end. Whether it's the end of all time or whether it's the end of your life, I'm with you. This is a great one today. It encourages me. I hope it encourages you. The disciples were not superhuman. They did not possess these high levels of mental prowess. Regular people. And we see just how regular they were as we read the Gospels. They didn't always get it. They messed up a lot, said the wrong things. Jesus used them. There is no barrier other than our unwillingness. There is no barrier to Jesus using us if we'll just trust him and to take what he's taught us over the years and use it to share with others. Blessings to you today